Alright, we'll try this again. Okay, so my main point is that this was arson. What happened was arson, and I was the target. I was the target of the arson. Okay? And that's my point. That's my point. Is that this is evidence of a cover-up. What I am trying to explain regarding all this is evidence of a cover-up. They have covered this whole fucking thing up, and it sounds crazy, but really, does it? Does it sound crazy? Look at the world. Look at all the corruption going on in the world. Genocide, clot shot genocide. Plandemics. So that's all real. That's all really going on. Plandemics, world scamdemics, world genocide with clot shots. All this is going on. But what I'm talking about isn't like I'm just crazy. Really? So anyways, as above, so below. Right? As above, so below. What's happening on a global scale is happening in a little tiny town with a little old me. The exact identical thing is happening on its tiny ass scale out here with little old me out in the middle of little old nowhere out here. So I'm telling you, that was arson, and the fire department and the town has been covering this all because see, this is what I mean. This is why I have to keep referencing the playlist, my storyboard playlist, where I'm storyboard the event. That's what this is all about. The event, the fire is a big part of the whole event. Just like they say, the lie is halfway around the world before the truth even has a chance to put its socks on. So this whole thing was a lie to cover up a murder, arson, and all kinds of stuff. And the lie is the reason they're covering it up is because this goes all the way up into the local government, the corrupt little local government, because they're involved in fucking trafficking meth. And this murder was all surrounding meth. And all these people that were involved, they're all in a meth cult that's based in witchcraft and Satanism. I mean, this shit goes from the bottom all the way to the top. And I just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, caught in a massive crossfire. And because I'm perceived as a threat, which is rightfully so, they were right to perceive me as a threat. Because I'm the type of person who will stand up to this shit. And they knew that. They cased me and who I am for a long time before this happened. But they know that if I see evidence of a fucking murder, I'm going to take it to whoever I have to expose it. The point is, the city, this little town, they want to cover up the murder. That's why they came after me. That's why they put the death threat out on me. They said, in the most literal sense, they told me that if I don't get out of town, I'm going to be the next person that they find dead out in the desert. Like, dude, you just can't even make this shit up. Who's this fucking stupid fucking piece of shit? Anyways, whatever. I couldn't make this up. So, and the fire was the reason for the fire was to, one, reinforce the death threat to make sure that I know that they're serious, and to remove any evidence, because my psycho ex was mixed in with all those people, unbeknownst to me. Like, she was, you don't understand. Like, I don't know how much more clear to make this. There was definitely evidence there was a lot of evidence in that RV that I was completely unaware of. I was completely unaware of the entire thing until it all came crashing down all of a sudden out of nowhere. You know what so And so going back to this fire, see, this just proves my point that there was no investigation into the fire. That the whole investigation was a fucking cover-up. Because, as I said, if they had done an investigation that proved that the fire was an electrical fire on that property, they would have immediately condemned that property because the electrical was not up to code. The people, it was illegal to even have anybody living on that property. They would have condemned the property, slapped the property owner with a massive fucking fine, and there wouldn't be anybody living on there until that was addressed. At least until the electrical is brought up to code. And you can obviously, all you have to do is look at it. You can tell nothing is up to code there. And it's way more of a fire hazard now than it was back then. This is just more proof that the fire investigation was a cover-up, was a lie, and that it was arson. They are covering up the arson because the arson is tied to the murder and etc. And this all goes up to the highest levels of government in this town. The highest levels of government in this town are involved in all the dirtiest shit that's going on here. And that guy that got murdered is at the epicenter of all the dirtiest shit going on here. And my fucking psycho ex was mixed in with all them, right at the epicenter with them. And the reason the murder was covered up is because the guy that was dead was directly involved in all of the meth distribution that the police department and the local government is involved in. And so him being killed, if there was a real investigation into his death, the investigation would have led straight to the police department and all these other people because they are the main distributors of the meth in this town. That's why they covered up his fucking death. That's why they burnt the fucking place down. And that's why they came after me, because they knew me. They cased me well enough because my girlfriend was hanging out with them. That's how they found out about who I am, what am I about, etc., is because of her dumb fucking ass. And of course she told them I'm in AA. I've been a sober member of AA for 20 years. I'm not a dirt bag. And they, over time of finding out about me through her, they realized that not only am I a potential person that they can bring into the fold on their fucking, all their fucking drug trafficking and whatever satanic shit and everything else, not only could they not bring me into the fold on it, that I'm a threat to it. I'm the type of person that would, if I ever found out what they were involved in, I would expose it, immediately expose it publicly. And that's why they fucking came after me. And that's why they put the death threat out on me, and that's why they burnt the fucking place down. They burnt the place down to reinforce the death threat, to get me out of here, and to remove any and all potential evidence, which there was a ton in that RV, that fire scene. There was tons of evidence, and they knew it. And then to try to frame me for arson. They tried to frame all of this on me, including arson. And they would have gotten away with framing me for it if I hadn't have been in Texas when the fire happened. And I'm telling you, like, I'm just discovering this in the last 2 or 3 days, that, like, it is obvious they didn't do an investigation into the fire. Look at it. Look at the video I'm showing you. It's obvious they didn't do any investigation. So they claim they did an investigation. On paper it says they did an investigation. And on paper it claims it was an electrical fire. It's obvious if it was an electrical fire, they wouldn't have 9 fucking RVs of tweakers that have fucking taken over and infested that whole area, all plugged into that same illegal power source. Don't you understand what I'm trying to say? I mean, I just can't believe it. I can't believe. So, we'll see. You know, if all this does come out and I am proven to have been right the whole time, All you people that didn't give a fuck about anything I said and brushed it off, and with all your dark apathy and made excuses for how, well, it could have been this and maybe it was just that and maybe it was just all an excuse. If this ever comes out to be true, I don't want any of you people even on my channel. I don't want you anywhere near me, whether it's on the fucking internet or anywhere else. All you people are fucking retards. You'll believe there's a global genocide with the clot shot. You'll believe all that. But you, no matter how much you try to convince me that you believe me, I know you don't. I know you don't give a fuck, dude. These motherfuckers, I barely escape with my life. And nobody gives a fuck. Nobody fucking believes me. But what's interesting to me is the evidence is just continuing to just be totally obvious, which is why I keep bringing up that file. It's totally obvious. They didn't do any investigation. And the investigation they claim they did, it's totally obvious that it was a fake investigation. There was no electrical fire there. Because if there was, they'd condemn the whole fucking property, smacked that fucking property owner with a fucking fine so fucking far up of his ass he'd be paying on it to this fucking day, and the property would be condemned. You wouldn't see one fucking RV on there, let alone 9 tweaker fucking RVs all plugged into the same power source. But no, I'm just crazy, right? This is all just whatever, right? But yeah, there's a global genocide for sure, dude. Yeah. Yep. But that this could be happening in this little town to me, no way. I'm just looking for clicks, likes, views, subs, etc. Fuck all you people that you're brain dead fucking retard. It's just like unbelievable. Yeah, no, if this ever gets exposed, it comes out. The only thing I'll have to say, if anything, to any of you fucking people is, I fucking told you so, you stupid fucking piece of shit, retarded fucking... Like, fuck all you people, dude. They can come after someone like me and nobody will care. But if they come after Justin Bieber, oh, everybody's shedding tears. Justin Bieber was innocent. Poor Justin Bieber. Everybody fucking, circle the wagons to save Justin Bieber. I'm so sick of all this shit, dude. I'm so fucking sick of the whole fucking pile of it. It's all just garbage. So what the fuck ever, man.